Hello, traders and investors. This is a technical analysis video for XNA. In this video, I will go over XNA's price action from the beginning. I will try to define or describe what happened in this correction, and I will also give you us targets for continuation. Now, the chart is on the arithmetic scale because I think that it is more correct to display price action with an arithmetic scale, especially with a young chart without a lot of chart history. Now, from the low was at 0.002285. From the low to the high is 0.041. We made almost 26x. Now, this move can be divided to two. Okay, the initial stage was an uptrend, yes, but it wasn't impulsive. Why? Because you see ups and downs and low range candles, which is not impulsive in nature. Once we got to 0.009, you can see a very nice impulsive move. What do I mean by impulsive moves? You see wide range candles without with no corrections, at least no substantial corrections. And XNA made a lot of progress, and it made this progress very quickly. Following the all-time high of 0.07741, XNA entered a correction phase. This correction phase could be categorized as an ABC. This is the A move, the B move, and the C. Now, I didn't subdivide the waves, the A, the B, and the C to see if they fit correctly with the minutia of the Elliott wave theory because it really doesn't matter at all. Okay? The thing is that we had a correction. This correction had three waves, which is enough, meaning that XNA has made not only the minimum, it made almost the maximum correction it can do while remaining bullish. This correction almost reached the 0.618 fib retracement, which is beyond the 0.618 fib retracement. The chart is no longer bullish. Okay, so we corrected very nicely, and now it's time to find targets for continuation. But before I give you targets for continuation, I want to reiterate one thing. We are on a daily chart, and on the daily chart, a bullishness or a bullish change of character will only be confirmed once XNA is above 0.063. This is on the daily chart, okay? Now, I'm not suggesting that you should wait until the 0.063 because your risk to reward at that point will be, it will suck. No two ways about it, but you need to know it, okay? Because whenever you are investing or trading, you should know all the risks. Now we need to find targets for continuation, and I will give you four targets from the minimum target to the most bullish target. And the first target is a wedge breakout because you can see that XNA formed a falling wedge. What you do in a wedge is that you measure the widest part of the wedge and you take a measured move from the breakout, which brings us about the all-time high to around 0.074. This is the least bullish target. The second target is a bit more speculative because then I'm assuming that what we have here is an A, B, C, D pattern. It is a harmonic pattern, which includes a bullish wave. This is the A, B, okay? This is the correction. And the next wave is the CD wave, okay? Let me show you. The reason I'm showing you is because I don't want to just give you TA. I also want to give you a bit of knowledge and skills so that you won't need me. Okay? If you will study TA and trade prudently, in time you can do everything for yourself and you don't need anyone. Least of all, you don't need me. Okay? So we are talking about an ABCD pattern. Now, there are two ways to calculate the target for an ABC pattern. The first is by taking a measured move. What do I mean? I will measure the move, the first impulsive wave from the low to the high, and this measure move, I will pin it to the end of the correction, and this brings us to a target of 1 cent, which is reasonable, completely reasonable. The second way to take a measurement of an ABC pattern is by a fib extension, and the target is the 1.272 fib extension. And this brings us to almost 1.2 cents, which is also a target. I know it sounds a lot, but it is possible. The third target is if we assume that we are in Elliott wave terms, we are in the third wave. The third wave of an Elliott wave analysis is the most bullish wave, and the most common target is the 1.618, which brings us to 1.36. Okay, now what do we do and how do we trade this? First of all, the time for a leveraged position was when XNA was at support at 0.003, let's say between 0.035 to 0.004. I already made a video about reversals, and I made a video that XNA completed or gave us reversal targets. Um, and I also told you you should buy when you are afraid to buy and sell when you don't want to sell because you believe it's going way, way higher. Now, it's not too late, but the best option, in my opinion, is to trade it as a spot position and not a leveraged position. Because the risk to reward, I always calculate the risk to reward to the first take profit, okay? Because you always want to be prepared for the worst. So the risk to reward is 1 to 2.25, okay? This is a minimum target, but when you are taking a leveraged position, you don't want to trade unless the setup gives you at least 1 to 3. Okay? So the best way to handle this right now, in my opinion, is with a spot position, and you should take profit at 0.0741. I'm not saying you should. Maybe it's more correct to say you can, okay? And the next take profit is at 1 cent and above 1 cent. Personally, I think this project could go very far, and I don't intend to sell my spot positions at all until much higher, but I want to give you every tool possible, and I want you to be successful and profitable. So I'm also giving you take profits so that you will not be left hanging dry if something goes wrong. Okay, if something goes wrong for me, my XNA allocation is negligible relative to my portfolio. So everything will be all right. But I know that not everyone is the same. Final thing I want to say is that a lot of you are asking me for chart requests, and I'm doing it willingly and gladly. But I would like to give you tools to do things by yourself. I want you to be independent. So if any of you is interested in learning TA, please leave it in the comments and tell me if there is something that you especially want to learn, such as how to draw order blocks or Fibonacci extensions, gun levels, and things like that. Because I want to give you all the things that no one gave me, and I had to learn everything by myself the hard way. And I don't want you to suffer as much as I did. Okay? That's all for XNA. I hope it helps, and I will see you in the next video.